We can sing the
Good
song.
evening, everybody, and welcome to Rogues Gallery Live. No countdown tonight, but here we go. Good evening. Like I said, everybody, I'm Chris, the Batman statue collector, and I am joined by this motley crew, Rogues Gallery, here tonight as we celebrate episode number 137. This is our first episode that we've had since the Batsy Awards. I want to thank everybody that tuned in for that awesome show. Had a really good showing, and a lot of people have watched that video, and I really do appreciate that very much, and I know the Rogues do as well. Man, what a fun night to celebrate that was. But now we're back into our regular scheduled programming. So how's it going, Mr. Dan Default from Wayne Manor North? Or excuse me, Wayne Manor Rocket City. Oh, I'm going back in time, my friend.
It's going great. It's going a lot better now that my much delayed Patents and Batman has arrived the Rocket City.
Holy moly. So if you guys have been following, we have been, I scheduled it for, well, we're going to do it Friday night. And then I scheduled it for Monday night. And then I scheduled it for Tuesday night. And now we're scheduling it for tomorrow night. So please join us tomorrow night. Dan and also Matt Martin both have their statue in. You guys beat me to it because I bought mine from Prime One, which is weird that Sideshow got theirs first. I don't know how that happened. But anyway, well, congratulations. And we're going to be in.
Apparently the worst week of winter weather here in northern Alabama in 40 years. 40 years is the first time. So I feel like we brought some of the weather with us. But I've tried to be patient, but it wasn't easy. The statue was supposed to arrive last Friday and just got it this afternoon. But so
Dan is waiting one more day patiently to unbox it. So I do appreciate you waiting. That was awesome.
Yeah, it is sitting in the box right in front of me. Yeah,
I'm just glad it finally arrived.
Yep.
Also with us tonight from All Things Art, we have Mr. Eric B in the house.
Hey everyone, hope everyone's doing good out there.
Are you snowed in the New York area?
We had like maybe about 4 inches, but it melted already. We had a lot of rain as well, so it's mostly gone. So that's good.
Did it get icy or no?
Yeah, it was super icy. That was the main thing. So originally, first we had ice, and some of the worst ice I've seen like in over like a decade, and then the snow just covered on top of the ice and just made it worse.
Yeah. It's just been the same here in Kansas. It's just been layer upon layer upon layer. A freezing rain, snow, sleet, and then more snow, and then more ice. Like it's going to take. I mean, it's been this way for 3 or 4 weeks now. We're just been snow covered and ice. So I'm ready for it to melt. How are things in your neck of the woods, Mr. Jeff Morris?
Oh, well, we still have some patches of snow and ice laying around, even though it was near 50 today.
All right, that's pretty nice.
It was rough. I was out of work we were closed almost a week. Because of it.
Well, I was going to say, is that a good thing whenever you're off work and you get to hang out at home?
Yeah, I've watched crap on TV.
Yeah.
There's on Freevee, they have a Universal Monsters channel now that just plays Universal Monster movies. It's free.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's neat. That was a lot of fun.
If you have Amazon Prime.
That's awesome. That sounds great.
There's some odd, obscure ones. I watched A Monster on Campus this afternoon while I was doing laundry, and I'd never seen that. It was bad. It was really bad.
Maybe that's why you've never heard of it, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'm excited. Down in Orlando, Universal Studios is opening up a new park called Epic Universe, and one of their lands is a classic Monsters land, and it's going to have a werewolf roller coaster and an indoor kind of like a Harry Potter ride with all the old monsters. So it'll be really neat, I think.
It's cool.
I've been watching video updates from different YouTubers on the progress of that, and they have that. What's it? How to Train Your Dragon.
Yep.
Nintendo.
And Harry Potter.
Another Harry Potter.
Yep, it's going to be the Wizard in Paris. Yeah, like the Ministry of Magic.
Oh, wow.
It looks very cool.
It's going to be unbelievable, and Disney's not doing anything to answer to that giant park opening, and it's going to be incredible, really incredible. So, also with us tonight, we have Mr. Jeff Delaney from Secret Sanctuary. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, but I have this weird strobe light thing going on. Can you guys see that?
No?
Not really.
You see any flashing at all?
No.
No? Are you having an epileptic seizure?
Yeah.
It's weird because I'm only seeing it on my window. You guys all look fine. Right? There's like this white flashy thing going on.
Well, I didn't want to tell you this, but the police are finally there to arrest you.
So you don't see that at all?
I don't.
Maybe it's a ghost.
I don't see any flashing at all on your screen.
Okay. Maybe it's my laptop.
Did you fall and slip on any ice today like some of the rest of us?
No, the only ice I have is in my glass.
All right. Well, that's a pretty good way to do it.
In fact, I don't want to make you feel bad, but we're going to Disneyland on Sunday and it's supposed to be 80 degrees.
Oh. Well, that's awesome. Did you see that they are doing the the Genie Plus for the Pirates now for a little while?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
That's interesting. We've never done Genie or Genie Plus or any of that
Well,
stuff.
you really don't need to there.
Yeah.
But anyway, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Doing great. Yeah.
Busy.
Yeah.
So lots to talk about tonight. We have a ton of, because it's been a while since we've actually just had a chance just to sit back and chat. Dan, I know you wanted to kind of mention something to the community here right off the bat. If you wanted to go ahead and take that off, I'll let you speak to everybody.
Yeah, so I appreciate that, Chris. Thank you. So everyone, I was talking to Chris before the show, and as I think many of you know from even the past couple of shows, I've been going back and forth on Poison Ivy. And as much as I love the character, I'm not a Poison Ivy collector. So I have decided to move on from this piece in favor of the new Ivy. And Mini Chris here is here in good support on the move. It's just the aesthetic of the new one, I think, just fits a bit better with what I'm doing in my collection. I love this piece. It is with great reluctance that I am moving on from it. But as I have been prone to do in the past, I'd like to do something for the community on this one and just kind of pass on a really good deal. So I'm going to make this irresistible for whoever it is that's interested in. This is number 197 out of the sold out 250. I am going to sell her for $675 shipped in the US.
Whoa.
And yeah, that's about $125 under what retail was, at least with tax and shipping. So $675 shipped in the US. You can message me, throw something in the chat so I know you're interested, and we'll connect and get it done. But of course, she's mint, art box shipper, etc., all in hand. So I can have her out to you within the next day for somebody who wants to pick her up tonight. $675 shipped.
Awesome. And I believe your email is dsd825 at
mac.com. Oh, iCloud. Sorry, iCloud.com.
iCloud.com.
DSD8, right. DSD825 at iCloud.com. You know what, Chris? I'm just going to throw it in the chat.
Sure.
Real quick.
While you're doing that, I just want to say I really like that Mini Chris has his own little mini fireplace as well behind you.
Mini Chris has his own mini fireplace. Isn't that cool? He's got to stay warm. I mean,
that is hilarious.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, before the show, we were doing like a little devil and little angel on the side earlier as we were trying to convince Dan to buy his statues.
Yeah. My collecting conscience right here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Got to keep your little mini BSC there.
Exactly.
So I want to give a quick plug too, real fast, since we're talking about stuff. I just want to show everybody. I showed it in the Facebook group, but I got all of my my Batman statue collector stands.
Oh, those are nice, man.
It turned out so nice. So again, I've been showing these on the channel, but they're really nice. And I had mine custom done. So I just sent him the graphic and I said, hey, can you put that carbon background on it that he did for some of the other Batman pieces? But again, it's Red Wolf Collectibles. Really great guy, really great stand. So if you are a CGC person that likes to display them, again, they're really high quality, heavy duty. And you get a discount if you use the code statue. So again, I just got 8 of these and I just ordered 8 more plain ones. And so I'm going to have them on my back row with all my main CGCs, and then all of the books that are the same as the statues I'm going to have with the, I'll have a Bane one or a Batman one just to kind of match whatever statue it is. So I'm really excited about them.
Does the slab stand straight up and down, or is it slanted back a little bit?
This one I really like because it is straight up and down.
Okay.
It comes with this this plastic. It's real thick,
Mhm.
and you can see. I don't know if you guys could. There's like a little notch inside of there.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can see it. Here, hold on. There's a little notch inside. Can you see the little notch?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it just goes just like this, and the CGC sits straight up,
Okay.
which I like. I don't like when it leans back.
Mhm.
I like it when it's straight up and down. So that's another reason I really like these a lot. But anyway, I just wanted to
I
give
have,
them a plug because they've done such a nice job on these stands. And
Yeah,
being
Red
able to
Wolf, Chris, just to jump on, Red Wolf is awesome. Last year when we first when they came to light, I ordered 3 of them. Each one has a custom. It's not the really nice removable ones they have now, but they're fixed on the ones that I have. But I have 3 of the stands. They work just like you described, and they're awesome. I've actually got one here over my shoulder right here. And Steve, the guy, I guess he's the owner, is fantastic.
Yeah, he's been just really great, and just like I just love that you could do your own custom stuff. Like that's really cool. So one reason I knew that I could do the custom stuff is I was at Dallas Fan Expo this last year, and when I met Art Germ, he had all of those, the same stands with all of his custom logo and everything, on all of his own stands. So I thought that was so cool. It just looked super professional. It looked really nice.
Yep.
So anyway, I just wanted to give them a shout out. So anything new in the collecting world for you guys? Anything going on? New stuff coming in? Obviously, Dan's got one tomorrow night.
Yep.
She-Hulk is at my local FedEx Kinko's. FedEx Kinko's. I just got the message before the show started.
So we have to preface this that I thought hell froze over when I got Superman.
Yeah.
Hell really froze over in California when this guy finally found a freaking She-Hulk.
Yeah. So
tell us about it.
Sure. So it appeared on eBay, and the person was asking kind of a lot of money for it. So I messaged him through eBay and just said, this is what I've seen them going for. Like in November, I think there were 2 sales on eBay. And before he responded, he messaged me on Statue Forum and said, hey, I got a She-Hulk. And I laughed and said, yeah, maybe we can work out an off eBay deal. And he came back with a really fair price. So, and he's also in Southern California. He's only about an hour away. So he shipped it, and it should have been here the next day. But FedEx, FedEx, they claimed that they attempted delivery and nobody was home, even though my wife was home all day.
Oh, it's so annoying.
I know. So I didn't want the same thing to happen today, so I had them redirect the package to my local FedEx Kinko's, thinking it would come during the day and I could pick it up on the way home. But of course, it didn't come until about 10 minutes before the show started.
So it's going to be a late night for you.
Well, yeah, I can either go pick it up after the show or I can do it after work tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you meant you've already got it.
No, it literally, the message just got here 10 minutes before I jumped on, and they are open 24 hours a day.
Okay, well, that's great.
Could go tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I will or not.
Well, congratulations on finally getting that. What was that, like a 4-month ordeal, I think, at least?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good. But congratulations to you. How about you, Eric? I know you got a recent piece, but I know, do you have anything else coming in as well?
Just a lot of like comic books and stuff, trying to get prepared for MegaCon. Statue wise, no, just some repair stuff, some repaints. So statues coming in, just not mine.
Nice. How about you, Jeff Morris? Anything in your neighborhood?
No statues.
Nice.
Got a few comic books. I just got a second print of the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong variant copy that I kind of like the artwork on.
Very
and was it the Ultimate Spider-Man 1? A variant copy by, can't think of his name, but there's only supposed to be 600 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's pretty great.
That comic book's kind of apparently a big deal. It's like selling very well, all copies of it.
Are you gonna submit it to CGC?
I don't know. Maybe.
Be cool.
It's kind of a homage to the one from 2000. The artwork on it.
Nice. I just got the was at a Books a Million last weekend when I was at my son's basketball tournament, and I picked up the Batman, where Batman teams up with Joker, the Mark Silvestri book.
Yep.
I got the hardcover. I've like read pieces of it because I never got the whole thing whenever I was in Kansas City, and so I'm anxious to read the whole thing because I was really enjoying what I read so far.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deadly Duo is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Silvestri will be in the MegaCon coming up in about a week and a half.
Yep.
And or a little less than a week actually now, or almost a week. But I do want to give a little promo here because the Rogues Gallery are coming to MegaCon. We're going to be there for a couple of days, some of us longer than others. But anyway, Friday, February 2nd, at the exhibit hall main entrance in the main lobby. Look for us at 2 p.m. because we are going to have a meetup during the show. Of course, we'll be on the show floor as well throughout the event. But if you want to guarantee that you will get to say hi, we'll be there at 2:00 on Friday at MegaCon, and really looking forward to that. We have a special dinner we're going to. We're going to do some special things and get a lot of autographs. But you guys excited?
Oh my God, it's going to be a blast! I can't wait.
I know.
Excited and nervous.
Excited and nervous, yeah.
I don't like. I've never traveled by myself before, so it should be new.
See, I've only done it once when I went to San Diego the first time. It was the first time I had really kind of done a big trip like that by myself, and it went fine. Went fine. You'll do great.
There's no turning back now. So
that's right. There's no turning back now. We've already spent too much money.
You won't be alone for long.
Yeah, that's right.
One day,
you'd be yearning for that alone time after
that's
a few
right.
hours.
I know.
Billy Rios is going to be joining us. Also, Matt Martin is going to be joining us as well. Looking forward to that. He called me today. I know, Dan, you called him like right at the same time, I think.
Yeah, actually, I was calling him. I got over to my LCS, my new LCS today. It's a great shop called The Deep here in Huntsville, actually.
Cool.
And I stopped by to get the Ghost Machine #1 came out today, and there were a few Ivan Reyes and Jason Fabok variants that I wanted to pick up to bring with to MegaCon. So I was calling him to let him know. He had asked me because he doesn't have a real good LCS near him either. So he said, "Hey, can you pick up some books?" I was calling him to let him know I got the books.
Did you get extras, or if you didn't, would it be possible to still find another one for me?
Yeah, I've got a few extras. So
okay, yeah. Because we are, of course, going to be at least for me. This is my first time I'm going to be meeting Jason Fabok, and so I'm really excited about that. I did get I think maybe 4 or 5 books recently or this last week off of eBay, and so they'll be here in time. Then a lot of us are getting our cowls signed, so looking forward to that. But
we also during the dinner we get an exclusive for that book as well.
Yeah, I have a feeling, Eric, that's going to take place. Not to go too inside baseball here for the chat, but I think that likely is going to take place at the table. I'd be surprised if they were doing all that at dinner.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a feeling we're going to get vouchers to use at the comic sketch art tables where they are.
Could be. We're doing like a VIP event in that. With a bunch of different artists, and it'll be really awesome. So, but anyway, like I said, if you are in the Orlando area and want to meet up with us Friday, February 2nd at 2:00 again, we'll be in the main lobby there just to say hi. And again, if you are wanting to hang out and take a picture or just meet us and say hi and just hang out and talk for a while, please. We've done that. We did that in San Diego and we did it in New York last year. A lot of fun. Leo says he'll be there.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast.
So that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. So anyway,
are any of you guys going to C2E2 in Chicago?
I've never been to that one.
I have in the past, and it's been a very long time, but it was a great show back in the 5-6 years ago. I don't know if it still is.
So PCS is going to set up there.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah. They're only doing 2 shows this year, that one and San Diego.
I wonder why they chose there.
I think they're nuts for not doing Monsterpalooza, considering the pieces they're putting out. They got a new Vampirella. You know, they've got a lot of horror-related stuff, and that's a perfect show for that. But they're not doing Monsterpalooza.
Well, that's a shame. It's just,
I know C2E2 had, going back a few years now, there's like a competitive show or something that sets up like the week before or the week after, or they had a lot of timing issues with that show. So I don't know if that's still the case or not, but
Right. Yeah.
CC, some of the rogues will be there on Saturday, or will be there on Sunday. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, Dan will be there. I think Matt. And so you still might be able to run into them during the show as well.
Yeah, CC, let's definitely make a point. Would love to say hi.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, I just wanted to let everybody know that. Okay, so anything else you guys want to talk about before we move on to topic 1?
Topic uno.
All right. So I want to give a shout out to Cash to Gemini. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, please do so and make sure you subscribe. He's definitely growing, and we're wanting to support everybody here. But recently I was watching their show and this topic came up, and I thought it would be interesting to talk about here as well, because it's something we really haven't talked about. And topic number 1 is, how has social media affected collecting? And again, the topic idea was inspired by Cash to Gemini. So again, please do me a favor and check him out. But yeah, again, how has social media affected collecting? I thought that was a pretty interesting topic, whether it's social media through platforms like this on YouTube or, Facebook groups. But how has social media affected your collecting in 2024 leading up to this? Do you guys want to kind of go around the horn, and has it affected it in a good way, bad way? Let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah, I haven't watched his show. The first thing that came to mind was because I really didn't know where you were going with this topic, but I guess as far as maybe when announcements or product announcements are made, I know this happens to me a lot. Like an item is shown, and I'm like, oh, that looks great to me, and then you start reading through the comments, and people start pinpointing certain things that don't look good on it, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, you're right, it does, or it might look like a certain actor or something, like, oh yeah, it does kind of resemble that actor, like something in a way that it just kind of ruins the statue from looking at it the same way that you did in the first place. So I could see maybe in that way you can get influenced into not liking something, but I'm trying to think of other ways that could be negative. I don't know.
What about positive? Do you feel like you're influenced by enablers? People that
yeah, all the time, but you gotta have a hashtag restraint for that. But
yeah.
Trying to think of I'm hear what you guys say, and I'll piggyback off what you guys got to say about that.
All right, who's next?
It's a really broad topic.
Yeah, it really is, and that's the thing I liked about it, because there's a lot of ways you could go with, like Eric said, positives, negatives, influence. Would you still be buying these statues? Would you still be learning about the hobby if no one had a Facebook group? If if there was no outlet, social media wise, of people producing or promoting all of these items?
So when I was 12 years old or 13 years old, that's when I first thought it'd be cool to own Golden Age comic books. And I was completely isolated from fandom at that point. Even though I was going to a local comic shop every week to get my comics, other than the owner of that shop and my best friend who lived across the street, I didn't talk about comics with anybody. But I still had that urge to collect Golden Age, and that's when I started buying that stuff. My LCS owner could have been a little bit more honest and let me know that there was this awesome weekly publication called the Comic Buyer's Guide, which I eventually discovered on my own, and in 1 minute got plugged into fandom internationally and got my mind completely blown. But the fact is that even without that input, I still had the passion to seek out certain issues in whatever way I could. So yes, I would have to say without social media, I would still be buying stuff. And there are definitely advantages and disadvantages. I mean, social media has allowed companies like Sideshow and Tweeterhead to kind of retreat from conventions.
Yeah.
They don't really need it anymore. They've got social media. On the other hand, it presents them a venue to show off their new stuff. You know, just today, Sideshow had that that show where they give us more details on Batgirl and more details on Mr. Sin. So there's lots of advantages. There are some disadvantages. Like someone said in the chat, there's an awful lot of scammers out there that you have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I think it builds the community on an international level. Sure, you might have local friends or people in the States, but it is remarkable to me how international the statue community is. I think the last time I looked at my YouTube, less than half of my subs are from the US.
Wow.
That's remarkable. That's shocking to me. So yeah, there's positives and negatives, but the hobby would be different without it, but it would still exist.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dan?
I think it's, in my experience, it's been really positive, and it has kind of evolved. The impact that it has on my collecting and how I view the hobby. Early on, it was very helpful, you know, educationally speaking, just educating myself on the hobby from other people who had been deeper into it for a longer time than I have. You know, went through a period and continue to build really great, you know, virtual friendships. In some cases, you know, actual friendships. I don't know how you want to word it.
Real life, or like
real life people. Yeah. So there's been, I mean, that's probably the best aspect of it. And, you know, people that and have forums like this who are able to share your love of the hobby and enjoyment of it. And it kind of makes the whole thing a lot more fulfilling in a lot of ways, makes the hobby more kind of, at least for me personally, fleshed out and fulfilling. So there's that aspect. But I think, you know, from a negative perspective, you know, certainly the scammers and the people that want to take advantage of people in this hobby, it's not just us guys. There are scammers that want to take anybody that participates in the internet, which is everybody.
Sure. Everything.
You know, scammers want to take advantage of you. So this is just our little corner of the wild, wild west. And those people are out there. But, you know, I try to ignore it. I try to ignore the hate. It's been a great thing, Chris, that you started here years ago, building this community as a positive one, being the foundation of it. And you can see how different it is, I think, from any collecting community out there. So, yeah, all good. 99% good.
Awesome. How about you, Jeff Morris? What do you think about social media and collecting?
It's been really good to meet some good friends like you all. And I used to be way more involved in the BSC Facebook group and participate daily. And it just seemed to have got there's some negative people got in there, and it just kind of, you know, sucks your soul dry when you see people comment, and it's like, I just backed away from it. So I'm not in there as much anymore.
Well, the thing that drives me crazy is whenever somebody goes, look at, like, I'm so excited. I just got my brand new statue. Here's all these great photos of it. Here it is in my collection. Yeah. And then people in the comments either trash it or just nitpick it to death. And I get it. If this was a $2,000 statue, which is totally worth, by the way, if it's a $2,000 statue, I get it why people want to nitpick it, and you should to a certain degree. But if it's a post of somebody showing their excitement and saying how proud of it they are, who in your right mind goes, I'm going to make this guy's day miserable? I'm going to say, what a waste of money it is. How stupid are you for buying this? I can't believe that you would buy something like that. Like, when I read comments like that,
in the group, why are they in there?
Right.
And it's the same characters.
It's everything on the internet, though.
I think that they have multiple accounts. So when they get kicked out, they're still there because they all have animated avatars, made up names, so they can anonymously do this shit and just be dickheads about it. Like yesterday when posted those pictures of the Dazzler, and somebody posted how excited they were, and the first comment underneath it was, "Buy this? Really?"
Mm.
I'm like, if you're just there to piss on somebody's parade, please go somewhere else.
Yep. Agree.
And that's exactly the way we feel. It's like and again, I feel like the community overall, at least with the BSC community, and I know the Secret Sanctuary community, overall generally positive. There are going to be some people in there that creep in, and some other areas of collecting are way worse, with the negativity, and just constant bickering. But again, this is a hobby this is supposed to be an escapism. It's supposed to be supportive of each other. And that is definitely one aspect of social media that I really can't stand, because I just don't understand it. Like, why are you that unhappy in life that you have to go in to a Facebook group and tear things down? Like, I don't get I mean, it's not productive. Like, what is productive about that? But at the same time,
I think there is some unhappiness there.
Yeah, but why? Like, is it just they're unhappy in general, or they're jealous, or what?
Yeah, no, I think there's something in their personal life where they have to put someone else down to make themselves feel better.
Well, it's not just
in the CGC groups on Facebook. It's a crack up. Someone will post like a 8.0 copy of Amazing Spider-Man 129, and you can count on your one hand how many seconds it will take for someone to post a 9.4.
Yep.
It's like, here's my better copy.
I see that on Facebook.
Thanks for stopping by to be a cunt.
Yeah.
Speaking of them, apparently somebody just said that just saw Zatanna you're selling with your PICS on sale for Macari for $600. Chris, I flagged it for fraud. Thank you, Michael. That's another thing. We see that all the time where people use other people's pictures to sell.
Yeah, that's ballsy.
Especially like well-known in the community people. Like, how dumb do you have to be?
Couple of weeks ago.
Pictures.
Yeah.
So we're victims of that both. Like, come on, are you really that dumb?
Yeah.
But I do feel like
all they have to do is get one sucker.
No, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
It.
That's it. That's right. I do feel like social media has been, obviously a great way, like you guys have all said, like, especially the connection part, like the community part of it, being able to have, I mean, I would have never known any of you guys if it wasn't for this. And so like, I'm thankful every day for social media. Obviously there are always going to be negative elements that creep in, but I think a lot of times if there wasn't the social media, there's a lot of stuff that we wouldn't know about. There's a lot of stuff that would not be in our collections, for good or bad. I mean, our wallets probably would have been happier, but I view it as just a positive, because it's still an outlet to let you know what's out there, whether you spend the money on it or not, whether you're enabled or not. I do feel like it is still a very positive place for collecting. Do you guys agree?
I think our environment, and when I say our, I mean BSC, right? This is, I mean, I spend any time that I do spend in social media, whether that's on Facebook, Instagram, it's predominantly with BSC. I spend quite a bit of time in Jeff's group in Secret Sanctuary. I'm always checking out what Eric's doing in All Things Art. And, so I kind of I don't stray too far in the jungle, so to speak. And it seems like whenever I do, it's like touching the third rail. I get into some other collecting groups, and it's like, bitch central, or, people sniping, or the kind of behavior that Jeff was describing with, and here's my better one, like one-upsmanship. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't have any patience, time, or desire to spend time there. So
right.
Yeah, like Dan said, I left a lot of groups because of the negativity and people shitting on other people's pictures. But I like to think, like Chris, going back to what you were saying, like within the Batman Brotherhood of the Bat group, that I don't know if it's a written rule, but we do enforce that if somebody posts a picture of like their own item If the comments start getting negative, those comments get deleted and possibly the person gets removed. The only time you can start, criticizing the actual statue if it's just like, a product announcement. Once you start doing that to someone's personal photos, that's not cool. So
Yep.
Some people live for that kind of stuff, but it's not our thing. It's just we don't have time for it.
Yep.
Eric says, this is Eric Peter Carlson, says, I think by far one of the things that can really negatively affect the hobby are people shooting down someone else's enjoyment when posting their newest pieces. Sharing is fun, but can be cruel. Yeah, again, I agree 100%. It just always, it shouldn't surprise me, but it does, whenever I see that. But anyway.
You had a super chat.
I just see it. Money wasted collecting. Wow, $20 super chat. Thank you very much. I say it all the time. You guys and this group is one of the most positive groups. Unfortunately, had to block a few in the Facebook group just so toxic for no reason. And people will always be mad seeing people have things they don't.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is very true. And again, thank you for the super chat. Whether it's jealousy or whether it's just, something like Jeff said, maybe going on in their personal lives where they just feel like they need to be that way. But again, I'm still really thankful for social media. And even if I didn't have my own group or my own YouTube channel, I would still be interested in finding out about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whenever I started out, there were only a few groups out there. Or only a few channels out there doing this type of thing. I think the first one I ever saw was Bruce Campbell's Chin. I don't know if you guys remember him or not.
Yep.
Down in Australia, he had some superpowers figures and a couple of like Arnold Schwarzenegger premium formats and stuff. And I was like, wow, look at that stuff. And, I just happened to stumble upon it. But I think we would still try to find it. But I think a lot less people would know about it for sure. I think the statue companies would be a lot less happy if we weren't, promoting all this stuff on a daily.
Yep.
I think we definitely help more than we hurt, hopefully. But I don't know. Brad Ladder in the house saying, what's the smell? It's probably the smell of statues. That's what we like. I love y'all, but honestly say that I'd have a lot more money if it weren't for all you enablers. Yes, I agree.
Yep.
And that's where I say sorry, not sorry. There are some real nutsacks in the groups, but I still love posting my pictures, and it makes my day even when one person likes them. Serious Lungs a great example. This is Dylan Hicks. Great example of just sharing his love for the hobby. He takes all these statues outside and photographs them, and God bless, that's a lot of work.
He might be the gutsiest statue collector in our group.
I'm gonna challenge that, Dan, because I think Dylan's right up there. But have you seen that guy overseas somewhere where he's like up on the skyscraper and he's got this ledge and it overlooks like it's probably like 70 floors up or something, and he puts all of his statues on this ledge.
Oh my God!
Like it's literally like a rail.
Oh,
and he balances them on and he puts like 20 of them on this rail, and then takes pictures of them.
Trigger for me.
Yeah,
oh
right.
My God.
Makes my
it scares the crap out of me every single time.
What's even funnier is I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. He did another video one time to where he was dusting his statues, and the way he dusted them was with like a garden hose. He took the hose and just sprayed them down with the hose.
No way.
After I clean my statues, I just water them down.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
You're gonna see like the paint drippings below, on the railing right below him.
I'll try to find it. I don't know.
Oh my Lord.
The guy's
Can you imagine 1/4 scale falling from 70 stories?
Yeah.
It would kill you.
Yeah.
It would take out
fast.
It would go through an armored car.
Oh yeah.
I was watching like ice shards in New York this week falling off the buildings and like nearly impaling cars. Like it's nuts.
Yeah,
crazy. Super chat from Theodore, $7.99. I think maybe that's Australian. The only reason I really still have social media is because of the BSC group. I adore the community you guys have built. Thank you, Theodore. That means a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you. Brad says, okay, talking about toxic people, how often was I mentioned?
A lot.
A lot. That's right. Many, many times. I don't mind criticism when I post pics as long as it's constructive. Yeah, we appreciate constructive, no doubt. Unfortunately, since 2020, collecting has changed with several negative people who go out of their way to trash people. I have a large DC and Star Wars Hot Toys collection, and I have been bashed for it. Well, you're just not in the right group.
There's so many statue groups that are, you know, if you collect the figures, it's like you collect dolls. You collect dolls, and it's like,
like I just said, if you're in a group that trashes you, you're not in the right group.
Yeah,
plain and simple.
So many.
You just find the right group.
Just
Yep.
Personally, I think DC and Star Wars statues are awesome.
I do too. I mean, they're all amazing. Yeah, you find the right group, man. Just find the right group. Jimmy G, $5 super chat. Thank you, Jimmy. It costs $0 to be kind to someone. Man, is that not the truth? Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So nice. And I see got one from Brad too. $4.99 super chat. Brad says, not saying this channel kept me from getting cancer, but I haven't gotten cancer. I did have more hair. Well, we may have stressed out a few people over the years. Eric used to have a full mullet back in back in the old days, Now look at that poor guy. Stanley says this is the most positive group ever. Thank you very much. We're proud of that. Billy Rios, we just mentioned him earlier. He's going to be down there with us in Florida. So it's the friends you meet that's the best part of the community. Can't wait to meet the Jeffs. Got to hang with Dan a few times. Got to hang out with Chris at Disney World, and Eric is now family. So that's awesome. We're anxious to hang out with him a little bit at the con. So again, Billy, looking forward to that. And his son is coming with him as well. But CC brings up a good point, but it also costs $0 I cannot speak, but it costs $0 to call someone a nutsack too. So that's true. That's true. I only made a social media account about a year just for the statue groups. I hadn't had any social media for years. And I do see people kind of come and go. They get kind of fed up with things after a while, and then they come back, and there's always going to be an ebb and flow. But I just want to thank everybody that's part of our groups, that's part of our social media, because if there was no one there, it would be a lot less fun. It just would be lonely, because it'd just be me staring at my wall looking at my statues by myself. So I'm glad that I could share my passion with you guys, and I'm glad you guys can all do the same. So anything else you guys want to talk about social media, or you want to leave it at that?
I think we beat that horse.
Yeah,
efficiently.
Okay. All right, we got kind of a fun one for topic 2. Top 5 favorite statues in our collections as of January of 2024. Of course, this is one of those things where it's always changing. What's in our list today might very well be changed tomorrow as soon as Dan opens up his Batman. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And so we have our top 5 list. We've all written down our top 5. Or at least they were supposed to have done that. Eric B. I don't want to call anybody out, but
I didn't write mine down either. I just
okay. All right. Well, fair enough. But you've clearly memorized yours.
Yes, I know what they are. They're right in front of me.
All right. Very good.
I told you it was like half of my collection. How am I supposed to choose half of my collection?
I understand. This was not easy. I actually changed my list 5 times because I was like, crap, I don't know what to do here. But let's go around.
We should be allowed 2 honorable mentions.
Ooh, I like that.
All right.
We'll do honorable mentions right before number 1.
Okay, cool.
That'll give us some time to think.
Oh, we're going in order?
We're going to go 5 to 1.
Oh,
only statues are going to do artwork.
See, I told you you got to think about this one.
Wow. I don't want the other 4 to feel bad.
I understand.
Right.
We are an excellent support group, though.
I live with these people. Come on.
The AA statue meeting is right after this.
Okay.
What should we call it? It's not AA. What should we call it? Like Statues Anonymous, like SA group?
Yeah. SCA, Statue Collectors Anonymous.
Yep. I think SCA group is what's up next. So I do have a counseling degree, so at least we were able to have something official.
Polystone addicts.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, that's another group, I think. Polystone addicts. We don't want to trash on their parade.
I just stole their name.
Yep, that's right. So anyway, I will start with my number 5, and my number 5 is the XM Studios Batman on Batbike.
Wow.
So that's where I'm at with my number 5. I still love that piece. I think it's super dynamic. It does tend to get lost sometimes in the shuffle because it's back in the back, and I have all my third scales around it, but still a great piece. That's my number 5. Dan, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Prime One Studios Talon.
Ooh,
I love that statue. And by the way, all my statues, when they, like Toy Story, wake up at night when I'm sleeping and everything, they're all going to be cussing and cursing your name, Chris, for making me do this.
Like, so is it like this guy on your shoulder? Like, I hate you.
He'll be leading the parade. Are you kidding?
I hate you.
Yes. Yeah. This is painful at best, but
it's like Anakin when he's in the lava, Star Wars. Like, you are my brother.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's a good pick. Talon's fantastic. How about Eric?
I'm gonna go with Penguin. Actually, he was one that I ordered last minute, like almost right before it was getting ready to be shipped out. He was one that I did not want at first, and he has easily become like almost one of my favorites. He's just really fun to look at for some reason. I don't know what it is about him, but I just like staring at him.
Great piece. Great piece. I love this. Emmanuel just said Batman statues, Addicts Anonymous, BSAA. So there we go. It's a mouthful, but it's funny. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Ghostbusters Plus Collector, $4.99 super chat. Hey fellas, hope all is well. Just want to say thank you, Chris, for helping me find a certain statue that was on waitlist everywhere. Saved my day. Well, I'm glad I could help. I can't remember which one it was, but I do appreciate the thanks, and I'm glad I could help. I get probably I always say I probably get like 20 DMs a day. And so I have trouble keeping track of who says what sometimes, but I do always try to help if I can. All right, Jeff Morris, what's your number 5?
Green Arrow.
Oh, Sideshow.
Great piece.
It's just fun.
He's awesome.
Classic.
It's such a great piece. I think it's one of Sideshow's best.
Cool pose.
It's a great piece. Delaney, how about your number 5?
XM Studios quarter scale Swamp Thing.
Ooh, yep.
Yep. Oh, another awesome piece.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that's on your list at all. It's fantastic. Fantastic piece. All right, let's go up to round number 4 here. My number 4 is the Prime One Studio Bane versus Batman exclusive. I never get tired of looking at it. It's the rage in his face is awesome, and I'm hoping David Finch does my Bane commission this weekend because he's going to be in Orlando at that other Comic-Con event, and can't wait. I love that piece, Bane versus Batman. Dan, you're number 4.
Next up, Joker Say Cheese is my number 4.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of a center wall piece at this point. I've kind of moved him from where I first had him, but man, it kind of like what goes to what Eric was saying. It's like you just kind of have to look at him. Like I notice him all the time, and I can't say that about all my statues. I love everything in my collection. There's nothing that I'm eager to move on from at all. But certain ones you just find yourself looking at more than others, and he is definitely one of them.
Other than that amazing poison ivy over your shoulder, again, $6.75 ship, guys. That's the one that is going to be leaving the collection. So make sure you take advantage because that's a highly sought after piece. So great price too, by the way.
And yeah, she'll be going up on the buy sell trade too after the show tonight, actually, for slightly more than that. So
I predict she will be gone in a day.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Eric, you're number 4.
Number 4, I am going with the Prime One Jimenez Joker. One of my favorite characters, but unfortunately he got knocked down to number 4 for other reasons. But I just love that portrait. I've owned a lot of Joker statues over the years, but never been 100% happy with the portrait until that statue was released. So absolutely love the portrait and just the overall look of it. So
fantastic piece, obviously from Prime One. Jeff, what's your number 4?
Me?
Yeah.
Batman Hush. the Batcave.
Great piece.
Yep.
Really great piece. Love that. And do you have the regular? Do you have the deluxe or the regular? I can't remember.
I did not get the bandaged head. I got the others.
Okay.
I think
Nice.
there's
Three heads.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of little busts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Number 4 for Mr. Delaney.
The first quarter scale sideshow mythos piece, Rebel Terminator.
Oh, a very nice piece.
So underrated.
Like that a lot.
Hard to find too. It's another one of those ones that are difficult.
That took me a while.
Yeah, I did. It's really
Did you
good.
get that, Dan?
My collector conscience will not let me pull the trigger on
Why?
Rebel Terminator. She just doesn't fit.
Oh,
And I will get reprimanded daily.
Shut up, Dan. You have no idea what you're talking about, dude. It's a freaking awesome statue and you need it.
You need it. Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah, clearly, this is the devil, Chris, on this one. So, yeah. Yeah.
Dan, do you know how much I don't care?
Yeah, I know.
I currently have her displayed between Superman and Power Girl.
Good power. Oh, perfect.
Makes
It's
no
your
sense.
sanctuary.
I wish I was that free thinking. That's all I can say.
Yep. It's your sanctuary, man.
Yep.
She seems quite happy.
She seems.
Yeah.
Let me
When
tell
I
you,
talk to her at night, she tells me.
I have Bela Lugosi and Michael Myers and Pennyworth the Clown.
Nice.
Hey, that all works.
It's horror, but
Yeah, that all works. Let's see, where are we at? Three for me is one of my newest pieces, the Batman versus Joker diorama.
At
Oh, yeah.
3.
Number 3.
Wow.
I had to really think today to really concentrate on some pieces that I have, and it is awesome. And it might move to 2 at some point or 1 to some point, but right now it's at 3. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
3. All right, what's your 3, Dan?
Okay. This is where the list really starts to get interesting for me and really force me to think as well. And I think some people might be surprised even at my runners up. But my number 3 is Batman 0 Year, the quarter scale statue from Prime 1, or
One of your newest pieces.
The quarter scale.
kind of quarter scale.
Quarter.
Yeah.
Well, it says it's 3rd scale,
Yeah.
but it's not 3rd scale.
It's not quite. It's definitely in between.
Yeah.
No question about it. It's like 0.3 or something. I don't know, but it's yeah, he's awesome, and like at least 80% of these things, he's so good in person. Like he is highly, highly detailed. He's a perfect representation of the cover from Tony Moore. He's awesome, and it's from my favorite run, that Batman Capullo Snyder New 52 run. So, matter of fact, I've got to find a piece on that statue to bring with me to the con next weekend, because Mr. Snyder will be there. I'm going to have him sign something on it.
I'm going to have him sign my cowl.
Yeah, that too. He'll be signing
sure.
my cowl as well. Yep.
He's only there Saturday and Sunday, I believe.
Saturday and Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, maybe not then.
Well, if you need to leave it with me, leave it with me.
I was going to say, I think I will, if
Yeah.
that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Um,
Yeah, for either of you guys. I don't know. Eric, when are you going back?
I won't be there Sunday. I'm leaving Sunday afternoon. So
Oh, okay. Well,
we'll
same
both
goes
be
for
gone
you.
Sunday.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to try to catch Snyder and Capullo together. So no big deal.
Okay.
I was going to ask too. I can't remember. Were you still reviewing that piece?
I am still reviewing that piece. I've kind of backburnered it only because the manor wasn't done, and I really wanted to have it done. But now that I have 2 pieces. The weather screwed up my frames too, coming from art to frame for the 2 pieces I wanted to have up.
What did it do? Did it warp them?
I have shot some video. What's that?
Oh, you mean just it delayed you getting them? You mean?
Yeah, delayed me getting them.
Okay, I thought you meant the wood warped or something.
Oh no. So, but the whole version 1 at least of the manor is done. So I'm that's on the list to do.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to that. I'm anxious to hear your thoughts on it.
Yep. I may be reviewing it from the floor. It's down low, that piece, which it's actually one of those that doesn't look bad at all down low.
Good.
But it weighs about 100 pounds. So I have no desire to pick it up and drop some aspect of it. So
no,
you may see me like sitting in,
Yeah.
crisscross applesauce on the
Yeah,
floor
yeah,
doing that
yeah.
piece.
Yeah, that's right. That's awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Eric, you're number 3.
All right. Number 3 is going to be another Prime One piece, and it's going to be the what's the name? Hush Ivy. I think just the figure alone is stunning, and then just the base itself alone is stunning, and then put the two together, and you have an awesome looking statue. So she's
That's
definitely
awesome.
one of my top 3. She's awesome.
It's awesome. Jeff, you're number 3.
Batman Who Laughs by Prime One.
Ooh, great piece. It just does it get much better than that
just
piece? Like it's so well done.
Jeff, do you get a lot of
People
comments?
Look at him and they're like, they look at it and they're like, "What is that?"
Yeah. That when I
want to know
had
what
that
it's
piece,
about.
when I had that piece in my collection, that was definitely one of the most commented on. Was, holy cow, what is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
creepy.
they get it's a Batman, but they're like,
Yeah.
it's like Hellraiser.
What happened to him was what people say. Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
And then I, try to tell them the story, and they're like, "That's really cool."
Yeah,
it's kind of scary.
It's real scary. Delaney, you're number 3.
So at San Diego about 4 or 5 years ago, I was there with my son, and he was pretty little at that time. And we were in the sideshow booth, and we turned a corner, and there was the Red Sonja, Queen of Scavengers.
Yeah. And
I said, "What do you think of that one?" And he said, "Mom will never let you have it." So I pre-ordered it, and about a month before it came out, I thought she probably really wouldn't like that statue, and I canceled, and regretted it big time.
Yeah.
And so last year, when I decided to buy whatever the hell I wanted, regardless of theme or whatever, I found her, and she's number 3, and she's absolutely awesome.
And how many days has it been since the divorce?
Yeah.
No, it's kind of come down to this is the man cave, and she probably doesn't like any of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But she's fine with it. It's my spot. My area.
That's right. That's right.
She hates all of them,
awesome
whether
lady.
they have big boobs or not. So even the ones with.
Well, it's funny because that particular piece, it's very easy to make a slutty Red Sonja statue. And I don't have anything against a slutty Red Sonja statue. But that piece, even though she's wearing a metal bikini, her attitude in that piece is so regal that it just, I don't know, it doesn't seem.
She is badass.
Yeah.
Like she is.
Which one is that?
A strong, awesome woman that's going to kick your butt. And that's exactly what that piece is.
And that's what makes it really, really gorgeous to me.
Yep. Like,
Which one
to
is
me,
she?
like, I think that's less controversial or sexualized compared to like a Deja Thoris. Like, I feel like, like if you're comparing the two, I don't feel like the Red Sonja is bad at all to me.
Right.
But they're both beautiful, stunning. Okay, that leads us to number 2. My number 2 on my list is a piece that Dan was on his list earlier, but mine is Joker Say Cheese. I still look at it every day and I think, holy crap, this is a cool statue. It might fade over time. It might drop a few pieces, and it might end up going down below Batman versus Joker. But I love the color. I love that it's got the Jim Lee portrait, and so many cool swap outs, and all the portraits are just fantastic. So I just love it. I still love it, and I'm so glad I bought it. That's my number 2.
Cool.
Dan?
My number 2 is Batman White Knight on motorcycle.
Nice.
And another one of those that I still notice and look at all the time in an unforced way. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not making a point of, I should tour my own collection every once in a while.
Yeah.
No, I notice it all the time, and it's just awesome. It doesn't go down in my mind in terms of how awesome, it hasn't, in other words, the honeymoon's not over yet with that piece. I love it. So it's at least number 2. Yep.
It's awesome. Eric, you're number 2.
All right. This one sometimes becomes number one. I keep going back and forth, but these are the ones the top two are the ones I put a lot of thought into today when you said you wanted to do this topic. So fortunately, it got bumped down to number two, and I'll explain when I do my number one. But Detective Comics 1000 by Prime One.
Great choice.
Awesome statue, but I'm bumping him to number two, and I'll explain later.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Let's go down to Jeff Morris. Number two.
My Iron Studios Captain America.
The Queen Studios or Iron Studios?
Iron Studios.
Okay. Very cool.
It's a quarter scale.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
I really like
Great
that piece.
statue.
I really like. I mean, let's see, Dan, you had a bunch of those too.
I did. I had the
original Iron Studios pieces.
I had a lot of them. Actually.
Yeah.
This is the one from Endgame with the
Yeah,
hammer.
that one's from Endgame. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a great statue.
Great statue. Great pick.
Yep.
Jeff Delaney, you're number two.
LBS Hulk with the rage torso.
Nice. I thought he might be one or two. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure. That's awesome. All right, it's honorable mention time.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. I'm going to do two. I think if we want to do two, we can, or if you want to do just one.
Okay.
On my honorable mention list is it's combo. It's the Joker and also Punchline. George Jimenez. Just the two of them together. I loved it in San Diego. It just has this amazing presence, the pop of color, the great portrait, like Eric mentioned earlier. And I love all the portraits on Punchline. I think she's just absolutely fantastic. Shows her character. And especially when you put them together, like the way they designed it. I think it's a great piece. I really, really like it a lot. Another honorable mention, I was kind of debating between Talon. I think what edges it out just slightly for me is the Lee Bermejo Joker. Just because I love Lee Bermejo. I love his art, and they just perfectly captured his look of his Joker. And so I love Joker as much, or not, if more than Batman. So I really like that piece and all the different portraits on it. So those are my two honorable mentions. Dan.
Awesome. My two honorable mentions are the Tech 1000 Batman and you know, he's one of those that, you know, he definitely could float anywhere from probably number 3 through this point in the list. You know, a lot of these are interchangeable in many ways, but he's definitely at the top of the heap and is at least a runner up. And then Harley Quinn Arkham City is
forgot about her
at the top of the list.
Gosh, dang it. Now I have to rethink about it. So she's so good.
She demands your attention, you know, when you walk in the room.
She's top 10 for sure.
She's definitely top 10, at least, you know, and so I think some of it, and Talon is, this is true with Talon as well. I think statues that have a different pose, you know, that like, you know, it's not a throne piece.
No, it's very different.
It's very different. Talon, very different pose. And they tend to stand out. I think Tech 1000's cape helps him to stand out quite a bit. You know, they have those kind of significant elements. So yeah, those are my two runners up.
Okay. Good honorable mentions there. Eric, you have a couple or one or two?
I'll do one and then a somewhat honorable mention for number two. I'm going to go with the Sideshow Mr. Freeze premium format. Even though it's like a smaller scale, I don't really have many of anymore. There's something about that piece, and that's actually, I think, trying to think back, I'm pretty sure that is the only statue I've ever sold and then purchased back before my entire life. So
who would be dumb enough to do that multiple times?
Yeah, Chris is leading that particular race.
I think I'm definitely in the lead. There's no doubt about it. Gosh, dang. Yep. That started with the original Sideshow Hulk premium format that was the Mark Ruffalo.
Yep.
I bought that twice. That was my very first one I ever did that. So I'm going to really try hard not to do that in 2024.
Good plan.
It's like one of my resolutions. So we'll see. Anyway, great pick for yours. Did you have just one or did you want to do two? I can't remember what you said.
I'll throw in Catwoman so she doesn't feel left out. What's funny, 'cause I have the Arkham City Harley too, but I find myself looking more at that Catwoman, even though she's a little bit more simple with the base and everything. I just love looking at Catwoman, I think, more than Harley Quinn.
That Bermejo Catwoman is, again, for me, top 10. Like, she is fantastic, super underrated piece, and great portraits, really great portraits. Jeff Morse, do you have a couple or one or two honorable mentions?
I'm going to say it's the first Sideshow Captain Marvel piece.
Okay.
And the Silver Surfer from Daniel Bell.
Oh, the Bell one. Yeah, that's good.
And I like them together. It's kind of, and there with Doctor Doom, it's kind of this off-world Marvel.
Yeah.
They're all great pieces.
And they kind of complement each other.
Yeah, they're nice. Great picks. Delaney, what do you think honorable mentions?
Captain Kirk over my shoulder. And Sideshow Poison Ivy Deadly Nature green variant.
Nice.
Excellent.
CC just says, Chris, that guy is going to feel so insulted when he figures out who you were talking about. I know, he's going to be so pissed. Anyway, great honorable mentions, guys. Great list so far. And now we're to our number one before we start looking at photos. Mine, it's been mentioned a couple of times, but my favorite piece in my collection still is Tech 1000. I still love it. I just feel like every time I look at it, it solidifies everything the Batman is to me. Just the look of it, how stoic he looks. He doesn't look great at various angles sometimes. Like, it's a little bit weird, depending on how you have him displayed. But I still love the piece. I just think it's awesome. So that's my number one. I love it. Dan?
Cool. My number one continues to be the Batman Hush Batcave.
Nice.
Continues to be my number one. It's the piece that I notice the most. And, if I think about, all right, how do I rate these things? Because like I said, I am in no, rush to get rid of any of these. I love them all. That's why I've invested in them and developed the collection this way. But he is the one that, for me, just stands above the rest. Pun partially intended. So
great pick.
Yep.
Eric B.
All right. Same thing. And here's where the issue comes in. Because usually I would say Detective 1000, but unfortunately, size does matter in this case. And I think it is because of his size. That's what captures your eye and makes him impressive. So for number one, I wanted to give number one a fair chance. And I just pretended that Detective 1000 wasn't as big as he was. And I went with Batman Sanity. Even though it's a smaller scale, I feel like when you look at everything that's going on, I just can't pick anything better than that. I get it that, the scales are different. So my eye's always going to go to the bigger pieces in my room, but man, you got to give attention to definitely Sanity as a killer looking piece. So
it's a great piece. There was one for sale last week. I almost bid on it. And if the right one comes around, I might still get that one. I feel like I need to at least own it one time. Of course, especially with all of my David Finch art on the wall here to complement that. So great piece at number one. Really awesome. Really awesome. Jeff Morris, you're number one.
A half scale Captain America.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, great pick. Great pick. Jeff Delaney.
Any guesses?
She-Hulk.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of what you have left that you would maybe.
Hasn't been mentioned tonight.
Is it one of your Star Trek pieces?
Kirk. Yes, it's got to be Spock.
I was just going to say, I was wondering if it was Spock.
I will be forever grateful to Darkseid. It's literally like having a 1/3 scale Leonard Nimoy in my house. It's awesome.
That's really awesome. I was going to say, I was curious if it'd be, because I know how much you love that piece.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, great list, everybody. That's awesome. And tune in tomorrow when it's going to be completely different.
Yeah.
We're going to do our top 30. and it'll all be different from tonight. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, it is true that like
have 30.
I know. Everybody should try to my list was my entire collection, but it goes back like saying like the scale. Like if Mr. Freeze was 1/3, maybe that might be my top one.
It could be, yeah.
I like the bigger statues. I don't know.
But it is interesting how that list changes constantly, like how it, how we view our statues and which ones we like, and a lot of times the new shiny new thing is kind of what becomes some of our favorites. But it is fun to kind of think about, or at least spend a few minutes to say, okay, which one do I like? Why do I like this one better than this one? Or it's kind of fun to do that. So
I gotta say that that poison ivy that I picked, that deadly nature, I think Sideshow, that's one of their best pieces ever. They just knocked it out of the ballpark with that piece. It has so much presence. It's really a great piece.
We've said it here on the channel before that it reminds us of the love that they put into their Marvel pieces.
Yep.
And I do feel like it shows, because it is a really good piece.
Yeah.
And the base is so great. It's dynamic. The paint's nice on it. Beautiful portrait. Great sculpt.
Mr. Harbottle is having a hell of a year.
Yes, he really is. So again, congratulations to everybody that gets that piece, including Dan. I'm glad you're going to get her.
Yep.
She's coming. All right. You guys ready to look at some photos?
Please.
Yeah.
All right. Delaney's got to get out of here. So if you need to leave, you absolutely can if you want to get to the store.
No, I'm not even sure if I'm going to go tonight. I might wait till tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Well, if you need to, don't feel free. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Remember, it's early for me. It's only 6:15 here.
That's true. It's nice that it's open 24 hours.
Yeah.
All right. Open with photo gallery.
That's how my back feels right now.
So I don't always. I mean, we don't really talk about AI, and I know this was probably generated by AI clearly, but I just thought this was hilarious because this is how we feel about our poor UPS drivers. We're still not sure why he's leaking water, but
sweat.
How great is that photo? And so again, make sure you're kind to your drivers, because Lord knows, trying to lift these things day in and day out, nightmare.
That's funny.
Dazzler. So Sideshow did finally release a video. It was a really great video, kind of highlighting what this premium format would look like. I know zero about this character, so I really can't speak on how accurate she is, but what do you guys think of this one? Something different from Sideshow for sure.
I think there's 100 ways they could have screwed this up, and they made it work. They did not screw it up, and a lot of traditionalists are really, really happy.
What is her power?
I think powers of light. I think. I haven't read too many comics with her, but
okay.
I think it has to do with light.
Okay.
I think she shines a disco ball in your face or something.
Was she only a 70s hero, or is she still around?
I'm not sure. Good question.
Obviously disco inspired.
I think she's still around. The interesting thing, and I didn't know this till I read it, is that Marvel back then was going to do a cross promotional with Casablanca Records that produced Donna Summer and a lot of the disco singers from the time, and they were actually going to find a singer and cast her as Dazzler, and she was going to be a recording artist.
Wow.
And it was going to be real music, and Casablanca went into trouble, and that fell through before it happened, but the comic book character came out.
That's really interesting. Great story, Jeff. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Cool.
I do know that for a very short time she was the harbinger of Galactus.
Oh, interesting.
Until she convinced him that someone else was better for the job.
That's cool. I think it's a really cool premium format. And again, I love that Sideshow is listening and doing characters that have never been done. which is what everybody asks for.
Yeah.
So again, there shouldn't be any negativity because again, this is what we're asking for. We're asking for stuff like this. So I'm really proud of Sideshow for giving us something new.
It's a fun
I
piece.
think
I might
that
have to get
captured
this.
it.
What'd you say, Jeff? I'm sorry.
I might have to order this one.
Yeah, it's fun. Also, they surprised a lot of people. They had a great, if you haven't checked it out, you might want to check out Sideshows. They have like a first event, and I can't remember what is first that they're doing, but I did have a chance to see a little bit of that today. They showed off the Batgirl, and they showed off the Mr. Sin, and this one, and they've surprised a lot of collectors because they've added a light up feature.
Wow.
And it looks really good.
Wow.
How about the
So,
chain lights up?
Yeah, the chain lights up and everything. Like, it's really neat. So if you are after the show, if you want to go to the Sideshow's YouTube, I highly recommend it because it's really cool to see it all lit up like that.
Wonder how they pulled that off.
I don't know. It's neat.
So have I said on the show about Sideshow and light up features?
Go for it.
So there are occasions where Sideshow wants to have a light up feature in a statue, but at the time of pre-order, they don't know if it will be possible from an engineering standpoint. So they don't bring it up. They don't mention it. And then if it's possible, then we get this surprise like we're getting with this. We had the same thing with Storm on her base. We had the same thing with Galactus. You know, there's several occasions where they knew all along they wanted to do a light up, but they weren't sure if they'd be able to make it work. And so they don't let us know until they know for sure that it's going to happen.
But how nice is that? They don't charge anymore.
Well, this one's pricey enough already. It's over $1,100.
I guess that's true. But I mean, it's definitely a bonus, right?
It transforms the piece just like it did with Galactus.
It really does. This is a piece that's George Jimenez. Obviously, that's the artist right there. And this is the Jokerized Batsuit from his series. Obviously, Prime 1 has sent him one. I don't know if that means it is getting ready to ship or not. But what do you guys think about the way it looks in real light?
Looks better to me. Yeah, like I was telling you guys. Oh, I didn't see all these other photos. Nice. Yeah, I was telling you guys. I feel like they muted the colors just a drop, so it's not like too shiny and reflective, which I like. And I feel like I see more like shading and stuff going on within the cape, which I like.
To me, it's a little bit more of a blue color instead of more metallic. But there is a little bit of a shine. Obviously, this is. I took these screen grabs actually on his reels on Instagram. He has an unboxing video.
Okay, I didn't see that.
So it's kind of fun to see him putting it together. You can see a little bit more of the colors. They are a little bit more muted, although it's an Instagram feed. So it might dull it a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder if it has like a filter on it, because I think the body was supposed to be black and almost looks like a turquoise color in that.
Yeah, it's definitely turquoise here. So I don't know. I mean, I think that's probably the color it is.
I will say.
So
looks cool.
Anyway, this I threw in there. These are the photos. I thought this was pretty funny. These are the photos of the Joker in the new Batman or the Justice League or Kill the Justice League or whatever that new game is by Rocksteady.
The Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I thought it's an interesting take on the Joker. Yeah. He has not been getting a lot of love for this.
I don't love it.
Yeah, I don't love it either.
So, guys, I wanted to mention Theodore, who was very complimentary to the BSC group in the chat a little while ago.
Yes, he was.
Posted a picture in the group, and he's got an awesome setup. He's got Vampirella, Harley Hell on Wheels, and the Harley on Chair. Is that the Arkham City?
Yep. Yeah, Arkham City.
Yeah. Yep. And he's got it with a couple of really nice art prints. You guys should take a look at it. He's got a great setup.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing those, Theodore.
Yeah.
This one is from Prime 1. This is their T-Rex in production. Looking really good.
Yeah.
I threw this in here because they did announce since our last show that the edition size on the Michael Keaton Batman is 200.
crazy.
which is
Wow.
crazy to me. Yeah,
Get
I don't get it either. But yeah, 200.
That's insane.
What I got to ask you guys. I mean, what's your opinion? I mean, that's clearly demand related, right? They're gauging their orders and what's coming in, and how do they land at 200 for arguably the most popular Batman out there?
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are waiting for the return suit. I think people in general prefer that suit, and they were hoping that Prime 1 will do it. I believe at this point they will not, especially with an ES of 200 on this one.
Yeah, it doesn't give them too much confidence to do another one now.
Yeah.
No, I think this is where we'll stop. I don't think we'll. There's a chance we might get a Penguin, maybe, but I'm not holding my breath. I think we'll have this one and Catwoman, and I bet that'll be it. I hope I'm wrong, but I did order this one. I did not order the one with the Michael Keaton unmasked. Although I probably should have, because I do think it's cool. But I had to have a Michael Keaton in my collection. Is it perfect? It's a little stiff. I mean, that might have been another reason.
Yeah.
It's a little stiff.
That was my thing. It's the arms. I mean, if they just relaxed him a little,
Yeah,
I think it would have. It's just very. And the fist.
yeah. So anyway, just wanted to share that with everybody. Got some pieces. Got a bunch of PCS pieces here. This is a new one. This is from Street Fighter, which I thought was kind of a fun piece. If you're wanting a squatter, this one comes in a variety of different looks. You have kind of this look here with the blue and the yellow.
Does it come with the protein shake?
They're what?
So it comes with the protein shake.
Yeah, it comes with a protein shake.
Nice.
And this one is quarter scale, which I thought was pretty nice. And it also comes in this version here in a black, red, and gold. With,
I find this odd. I don't know. I haven't played Street Fighter in like 20 years, but I didn't know there was a market for Street Fighter characters in the gym and stuff like that.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess we'll find out how well she sells, but especially the fact that they're offering her in 3 different varieties. Here's the third.
How do you display that with other pieces in your collection? It's like, oh.
Well, there are other, Street Fighters, obviously, Street Fighter characters that they've done over the years. So if you're collecting the whole line, I could see you maybe wanting to get this one.
Is the protein drink the EX?
I don't know.
I'm waiting for a chocolate protein variant.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
Are those third scale?
These I think are quarter.
No, it's big enough.
It's big enough, and then this is another new one they've teased, as well in quarter scale, and they call it a Premier Series statue. So again, if you're a Street Fighter fan and want updates, hopefully that helped you out a little bit. They've also teased a half-scale Conan the Barbarian.
That looks really, really good.
Seen a couple of teaser shots. This is just a teaser of his boot. So it's obviously going to be cut and sew.
Right.
But I think that'll be a really popular piece among collectors.
I think so, too.
We have a Larry Bird. This one they've just went up for pre-order at their site, I think, today. But this one comes in a couple different varieties as well. They got the white jersey and then the green jersey as well.
Even get the armpit hair. Nice.
Yep, you got armpit hair.
Should be cut and sew armpit hair.
Yeah, all hand punched. But this obviously goes with the Jordan that they've done as well. So there's a close up on the armpit. That's actually sculpted. Yeah, look at that. Wow, that's terrifying.
That's true.
What do you think on the likeness on that?
I think it's so-so.
You can tell who it is.
Yeah, you can tell who it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
certain pictures, that's not good right there.
Yeah, that's not good at all right there. But like here, it's okay.
That looks okay. But when you zoom in, Chris, it doesn't get better.
It doesn't. No, it's
Mm.
That's true of most of us, Dan.
that is true. That is a very good point.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Here's a new
This one
Daredevil
looks-
by them.
This one looks really good.
It
That
does
looks
look
awesome.
really good. Look at the texture on it. The great pose coming out of the window.
And I think this goes up tomorrow along with the Larry Bird.
Is this 1/4 scale also?
No, this is 1/3.
Oh, this is third.
I think this is 1/3.
That's what
Is
I
this
thought.
one of their video game versions?
Yeah, all of his
I
Marvel
think
stuff
so.
is video game.
Okay, looks great to
That'll be
me.
big.
Fun.
That'll be a big piece.
Yeah, real big.
Yes, I believe so.
They've teased a Vampirilla 1/4 scale. Ant did say that they do not redo sculpts, so this will not be the same one as their 3rd scale they did.
Well, you saw what I posted, right?
I don't remember if I did.
Well, if you zoom in above where it says Vampirella,
Oh yeah. Did you discover this, or you found someone else that discovered this?
Oh.
Ant said, look closely.
Yeah,
you
I did see that, but this photo it doesn't have it. Like you can't see anything.
Oh,
But
you
the
know
one-
what? I lightened it up. That's why.
Okay.
I was
I was going to say
Anyway.
you could see some of the other characters in the background there.
well, it's the statue is three characters.
Oh, all in one?
Middle, and then there's a blonde on either side of her, sucking blood from her neck.
Oh, that's fun.
And it's
That's fun. Agreed.
Agreed.
Hey, they're just thirsty.
It's all innocent.
if you want, I'll provide you the image, but it's not safe for work.
It's
All right, well, we'll leave it alone. Just go to Secret Sanctuary, the Facebook group, and check it out there.
Yeah,
We'll just do that.
do that.
Yeah,
But
do
it's-
that.
It looks really good. I mean, yeah, it looks good. I'll leave
Don't
it
do
at
it from work.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I have never seen this movie. I'm sorry to say, but I think these look pretty good. I mean, I've seen photos of these characters before, and I think these look pretty fun. I don't know what the market. I don't know what the market is for something like this.
Don't you think Ann should be promoting these at Monster Palooza?
I really do. Like, why would you not?
Yeah.
Come on, Aunt Adams.
Yeah, these
Perfect
are cool.
spot.
There's a lot going on with that piece. I was looking at
Yeah.
what was it, Canali that did it, or Harbot? Who was the sculptor on this again?
I don't know who sculpted this. I rarely know with PCS except for his Newman pieces.
It was one of the guys from Sideshow that usually. I think it was Canali, right?
Yeah, I can't remember, and I was surprised because I didn't realize that. Usually,
I
don't see artists do other projects outside of Sideshow.
I think you did say Canali, Eric.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I was looking at his page. He was showing like more angles of like the work that he did on it. There's so much going on with the details. It's really cool looking, like behind the statue. And everything.
Have you ever seen that done though? Like where one of Sideshow's artists do something for a different company? I can't remember a time where I've seen that.
Yeah. Not why they're still working for the other one.
I'm
Right.
trying to remember if the K brothers have done other stuff.
It could
He
be.
said this has been a project in the year, like for a few years now, that he's been working with them on this.
Well, I mean, they are a distributor of PCS, so maybe they worked out a deal. They also have these are the smaller scale ones that they've teased also from Street Fighter. So a lot of Street Fighter stuff. They also teased the April O'Neil.
Nice.
This would be a 3rd scale to go with the Shredder and all the turtles.
Oh wow.
I thought she looked fun. Obviously, she'll be in her yellow jumpsuit.
That's cool.
This one was a Gladiator Hulk, I believe they teased. I don't know what scale this is going to be, but they have teased him. And they also teased a Species.
That one's got potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that could be real popular. It's very
Creepy.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Seductive.
Well, crap. What's like the Rocky Horror Picture Show? What's that called?
Cult.
Cult classic. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Cult classic.
But it's going to have a complex paint job that they need to get right.
Well, look at that. I mean, there's a preview of it.
good.
Looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks very reptilian. I like it. I think it's going to be a fun piece. Again, something different.
Do you think they'll do a
Totally.
a swap out head sculpt where she's not transformed like this?
They should.
Yep. Yeah, they are.
They are.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
That'll be really good if they can get
Yeah.
that portrait right.
I think that's smart. What is that? Natasha Henstridge?
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at that dope. Did you ever think you'd see a day with Superman in the Batcave, gentlemen?
I thought AI generated this picture. No.
I would have like 5 fingers though,
Yeah.
or 5 more fingers. I guess 5
more.
more fingers. Yeah,
And there'd be water coming out of them.
that's right. Water coming out of the boxes.
He's cool looking.
But-
You know, one thing I was thinking of when you were doing the unboxing, because you were worried about the colors. I mean, now that you have the lights in your room and you usually have blue on the background anyway, he kind of blends in with the blue Superman, blue lighting in the background. So it's not
He
too bad.
does. Yeah, and like I said, I'm probably gonna have him off to the side a bit. So, but he is one hell of a statue, that's for sure. Speaking of one hell of a statue, the Batman.
Yeah.
When's this thing gonna go for pre-order already?
Yeah. He was saying this month, wasn't he? I guess
I-
maybe it's going to be next month.
Say he thought, but I don't know. I'm really hoping. But which one do you guys like better between the blue and the black?
Black.
Say black for me.
Yeah, I'm going with the black also.
Yeah, black. I mean, this photo looks really good right here with that portrait on it.
I do too. I really like this right here.
If I didn't
it's
have
blue.
the blue hush cave, bat cave, I'd be getting the blue.
Yeah, that's a good point. Ant also did shorten the legs a little bit or make them less bulky.
You mean Jay?
Oh, who did I say? Ant?
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm still on PCS, I guess. Jay sent this to me and wanted me to make sure I let everybody know that they are listening, and they tried to slim down the legs a little bit.
Yeah, he did it just a little bit. Looks good.
Yeah.
Has Jay talked about the I could be just forgetting the ES, the Target ES on these?
I have not heard.
Yeah. Well, he told me it'd be similar to Superman.
Okay.
And what's that?
It's kind of low when you combine them all together. You know, the versions together. Usually, it's like 500 or 600.
Okay. Yeah, I had 500 in my brain for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Yeah.
I would assume that one's going to go pretty good for him.
I would hope
think
so.
too. Yeah, as long as the price is about the same as Superman, I think it will.
Yep. Yep.
I posted this image. I don't know if this is a new image or not from the incredible Alex Ross. I want this as a canvas.
That
I've
is
not seen this before. And I noticed it today.
He posted it on his Facebook group,
I saw it too, Chris.
and I'm like, I want this as a canvas so bad.
Yep.
It might
I
be
love it.
for the you know, he does something every year around the Comic-Con times.
Does he do MegaCon?
No.
Darn it.
I don't know that he actually shows up anywhere anymore.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, just his booth. I mean, but would you want that, Dan? I love it.
Oh, I love it. I want to say, and I'm like 70% sure that that's a cover. I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
I feel like
It's
I've seen it.
my
before,
fingers are crossed because I saw it today. I'm like, I love this thing. I love the art direction. I love the lines. The bat flying. I love it. We were just talking about Jay. He did share this with Art Statue Collector. I give him a shout out. But of a new Ra's al Ghul 3rd scale that's coming out. We've seen some behind the scenes photos of him, but this is the only ones they've released out. But looking good so far to me.
Chris, Batman 684, part of the Last Rites story arc.
Okay, 684. Okay,
Yeah. You
sure,
can't
it's a
see
great
that.
cover.
Yeah, Batman 684.
I'm going to get that.
Yep.
Since the last show that we were on, we weren't all the way through the 12 Days of Sideshow yet, but they did tease a new Spider-Man with a really cool base.
It's like a totem pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
curious to
it.
see
I
the whole
love
thing.
the colors. Looks great. They also showed a fastball special since the last show as well, with Colossus and Wolverine coming out of the book. I thought that was a really cool art direction. I really liked that. And you can also get it without the book.
Yeah.
They also teased a Weapon X during that show as well, another premium format.
That'll be awesome.
And there was Dazzler.
Which should hopefully come with a lot up in her. That
in
just
Dazzler?
kind of screams for one.
That'd be cool.
In it.
It makes sense. Threw in some photos of my Batman piece here, Batman versus Joker. I did yesterday. I haven't opened it yet, but I did get my replacement Joker body.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
So Prime One listened and got me a new one. So that was really cool of them, and I'll hopefully open it in the next day or so.
That was pretty fast too.
Really fast. Yeah, they shipped it really fast to me. But wow, such a great piece.
So they just sent the part. You didn't have to like send back everything.
Nope. Didn't have to send back anything.
Nice.
I have a question. Which of the Jokers, say cheese or this Joker, is your favorite Joker?
By far, say cheese.
It just seems to look more definitive to
me,
what I would picture.
To me, it
what
is.
I think he looks like.
I think the portraits are really great on these. I mean, they're very, very good. And again, you have the Jim Lee portrait as well. But just for me, I love this piece, but Joker, from the angle, he gets lost a little bit because you don't really look at him as much. You look at more Batman. And so that's why I feel like I like Say Cheese better, because Joker is the whole show. You know, he's front and center. Which is maybe why I picked him as number 2 over this one. But if I, you know, if it, to me, the definitive Joker is still Say Cheese to me. I love it. But still such a great piece. I'm really glad I got this one.
Oh, it's crazy.
This one might eventually maybe be in Jeff Delaney's collection. Got a Betty Page statue. She has revealed the renders of kind of what it's going to look like, as we kind of predicted it'd be kind of similar to Frankie Reborn. But I think that's going to turn out really nice.
I hope she continues to tweak the portrait a bit. I don't think it's quite there yet.
Hopefully so.
There's kind of a harshness to it that I don't associate with her.
Yeah. But it looks kind of like it's at that in-between place.
Yeah, even the hair looks plasticky. It looks like a rough render of it.
Well, this is a render, guys. This is on ZBrush. This is not a photo of the statue or anything else.
Yeah.
You can tell who it is without a question.
Yeah, it's very much her working on it.
And the expression seems good from my memory.
So we'll find out. We'll see what the final product is. I'm sure, you know, they're going to tweak it and make it look perfect. Tweeterhead just got off the phone with Chad today, back from a giant African adventure, which was really cool. He was telling me all about it. But anyway, he's back in ready for business and has a lot planned for you guys, which I'm super stoked about. Some of the things we talked about today, but this is one of them that they've teased. I believe the new newsletter comes out tomorrow, so you'll have more information. But the deluxe maquette from Skeletor and Panther is coming soon. That, of course, will go with He-Man. And they've also, of course, revealed that 3rd scale bust, which is going to be coming soon, which is fantastic. Obviously, we get the full reveal. This is just the render, so we haven't seen paint. But I did want to share this with you just to kind of give you an idea of how big he's going to be. And again, keep in mind, these are 3rd scale busts.
Yeah.
So it's going to be quite sizable. They, of course, are going to be doing Batman, which they've teased. Also, Solomon Grundy, which people voted for. And a few others that I think you're going to be real pleased with. They teased a new Mythos, Anakin. I'm sorry, Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Obi-Wan. Again, this is a quarter scale one, though, this time. Quarter scale Mythos.
Just interesting. First time they did that.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really interesting for sure. This, of course, is a piece that we've talked a little bit about. This is the Batgirl premium format. We got a great look at her today in the studio on that Sideshow Live. So again, definitely check that out because it really shows her off well. This one is sculpted by Daniel Bell. It's got the great Clayface base. It does have a light up feature. I bought this. Who else bought this one?
Me?
Yep, Dan's got it.
Day one.
Not yet for me, but
I like her a lot. Is it a real piece with live people and you get the idea of how big she is? Or?
Yeah, if you watch that show they did today, if they put that up on YouTube, they did talk about this piece and stood right next to it, so you get a good idea.
Yeah, it's crazy. I used to own the original. I used to own the original, and I used to always think about buying it back, and then someone just listed it for like a great price locally to me the other day, and I was still considering purchasing the old one, even how great this one is.
I love that one. I've still got her.
Oh, you have
She's great. I did the same thing, Eric. I ordered. I had her twice.
Yeah,
that was my first premium format.
Awesome, great piece.
She's got 2 head sculpts, I think.
Yeah. She had two.
Yeah, she did. She had a classic and a modern.
Yep.
Just her hair was different.
Yep.
But anyway, I'm really excited to add this piece. Again, I don't do a lot of heroes, but I just thought the art direction and having a Clayface finally, it's really exciting.
And
she's
with a
cool,
light up
feature. She's hot. She's all temperature. She's good.
All temperature.
Yeah. This is a screen grab from that we were talking about, the Sideshow Live.
Yeah, I mean, she even looks better there.
I agree.
I mean, she looks awesome.
Yeah, she's going to be a big hit.
Shredded.
Yeah, she's just been to hell.
Knee deep in Clayface and
yep. So definitely check out that video from Sideshow. It's worth a watch. Some in-hand photos, obviously. Jeff Delaney has this one, and I have the skin color one, and she just turned out beautiful.
Yeah, that's the angle right there.
That's it. That's the angle.
Delaney, we located your Batgirl. J Rob in the chat says he has your original Batgirl.
Yeah, he bought it from me. I damaged it, and I'm not sure if he's like you can fix statues up or what, but I gave him an awesome price.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, again, congratulations. These are the photos that I took of her. I just think she's magnificent. And again, it really does go to show you what Sideshow can do.
I do feel like it looks like the thing is elevating her.
Yep. That's how I look at it too.
Like,
and I love how the
she's
branch
being raised up or something.
And it's consuming her. Like it's literally consuming her body.
Look how the branch is wrapped around her arm.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like you can see her forearms and hands are like mid-transformation or something.
They're poisonous.
Yeah. Her fingers almost look like thorns.
Yeah.
The way that they're colored, they're painted. It's just so good. And it's like there's all these like cool translucent areas, like where you could see her skin through it.
Right.
It's almost alien looking.
Yeah.
Suit.
That's a great way of saying it, Jeff.
I thought it was well done. Well done the way they assembled the arm into like the way it keys in, it like matches up with the vines and continues. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's a great piece.
And she's pretty but scary.
Yeah, that's what I liked about her. It's not your classic Ivy. It's a scary villain Ivy. This was The Witcher from J&D Studio. So obviously we've got the great one coming from Blitzway, but this is an alternative. I think this one looks pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's one of the better pieces.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Some people are wondering if they took their Superman and gave him long white hair.
I think that would be a no-brainer, right? They already have the sculpt.
This to me has a much better Cavill likeness than their Superman does.
I would tend to agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
I think so too.
Is this J&D? Yeah.
J&D. So this will be probably $3,500.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
face. The only thing that's throwing me off a little bit is the hair, and but that's it's hand punch. There's nothing you can really do about that.
Yeah.
It's a little thick.
Looks a little, I don't know, frizzy, but I forget if that's how he was, but I don't remember it being like that.
But anyway, I like that they added a little something to the base. It's not just that simple square base. They actually have something on it. I like that.
Yeah, that's new for them.
Yeah, I think that's really neat, actually.
So now, if you're a collector of their statues, does that like bother you that all of a sudden they did that?
Well, they're still the same base though. Like they're still the same black square. But I don't think it would bother too many people.
Some people did complain, but I'm not sure if they were actually buyers or not.
Wait a minute, people on social media complain?
It shocked me too.
Shocking. This one has started to ship. We had a great guest review on the channel. I really like this piece a lot. I mean, if you talk about classic Superman and Lois, just really fun.
I haven't heard a single negative word about this piece, especially
I haven't either.
It's really tempting.
It's really a
very, very, very cute together.
And I said I like this one better than the Catwoman and Batman one.
Me too.
Yeah.
I want both of those actually. Yeah, this one I was gonna say quick. It's really smart the way they keyed this one into place too with all the parts.
Yeah, the unboxing video is really fun to watch. How they put it together.
I think the way that they did her leg with the shoe.
Oh yeah.
Kind of coming off.
Yeah.
You got
fun?
That moment.
It's a bit unnerving when they do the unboxing though, and they first take Superman out of the packaging and he's just holding her torso.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a little weird. Then her arm kind of keys in.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's worth a view. This one I threw in here. Somebody was concerned because they have the Superman versus
oh yeah, I saw this.
And they already, you can see the cracking here, guys.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So that sucks.
Yeah.
That's real concerning. Some of the cracking.
Wow.
From being held up by the support.
No bueno.
So I hope Prime 1 can make that right, but that is real concerning there to see that crack.
So that it's holding him up.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's
yeah. It's. I mean, I'm assuming it's keyed in to where it keys into the rock.
Mm.
So that is concerning.
Wow.
We mentioned Mr. Sin earlier, the Pulp Vixens. I love this statue. I think she's gorgeous.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah. The paint on that is incredible. It looks like a photo of her.
It looks like a photo.
It really does.
Really tempting for me.
I agree. I'm like, it's like I don't buy statues very often outside of this Batman stuff, but I really like her. Apparently, she's like a movie starlet that had became a spy.
And not even just this photo. I think there was like photos of her like in the studio or something like that, and it still looks fantastic. Like no Photoshop tricks, no lighting.
Yeah, they show her off at that live too from earlier today, and again, just looks great.
It just screams Dr. No and Ursula Andress.
Yeah, it does.
I don't love the other one as much. It's fun and dynamic with the octopus.
Goldfinger.
Yeah.
Because that's where but I think it's Thunderball, where they fought under.
Was that Sean Connery?
Water.
Yeah.
It's Thunderball, where they land the fighter plane in the water and then they fight for it under the ocean.
She's gorgeous. The only thing I could see there is a light up feature obviously on her. The only thing I could see is like the depth of that.
Yeah. Is it like a quarter or is it fifth scale?
It's quarter. These are premium formats.
Yeah.
Okay. But look at that.
It's surprising how little depth there is. That thing really is almost straight up.
Mm-hmm. That's some good force perspective.
Yeah, it's really, really well done.
Yeah, from the other angle, it looks like it goes far back. That's cool.
Yeah. So anyway, I think this one's going to be a big hit for them. I hope it is. I hope it does really well for them because it's gorgeous.
Good chance I'm going to pick this one up.
Yeah.
Talk about a passion project for Harbottle.
Oh yeah, and this is Harbottle through and through here.
Yeah.
And
he is a master at sculpting females.
The whole 60s feel.
Yep. So the depth is 16 inches.
That's not too bad.
That's not bad at all.
That's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad at all. This is a Superman, again, a versus piece. This was done in a larger scale by Iron Studios, but they are doing the 1/10 scale also. So if you are a 10 scale collector and love that piece, I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. There was a point where I was trying to find the larger one.
Deal. It was kind of hard to find.
Was it?
Yeah.
You said six? It was 6 scale before.
It was 6 scale.
Okay. Yeah.
It was like the first one before their Batman versus Bane.
Yep.
And I think you had that one.
Yes, I did.
Where it was like
Yeah.
cave was underneath it or something.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun piece. But anyway, that's getting ready to go for pre-order. Sideshow also revealed some new art pieces. I really like the art direction on this with the slash. They have that. They have that one, and they also have. Well, here's a closer look, by the way. Kind of a cool art style. And then they also are doing the Del Otto's Joker.
I love that one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a fantastic. So if you're a fan of Del Otto, great piece. Obviously, a tribute to the Killing Joke. But I think I'm going to have to get this one.
I'm going to see what Hank has to say at the show next weekend, Chris.
Oh, will he be there?
Yep.
Okay, good. I'm anxious to talk to him again. He's such a great guy.
He's awesome, yeah.
Love him. Obviously, this created a lot of stir. The Arkham City Poison Ivy limited edition of 150 is going back up for pre-order. And God bless everybody that had a chance to get her. They did raise the price, which clearly ticked off some people. They did not change the foot, which I think hopefully would have been a simple fix, but obviously they had already done the sculpt. Yeah. That's my favorite portrait right there. I will not be ordering this one.
I don't think it needed three portraits. I think she would have been fine with just one portrait. And then...
Yeah. But it kills me that I didn't order her, but I have sold most of my Arkham, not all of them, but most of them. And I'm real happy with my Hush.
Plenty of Ivy pieces.
Yes, yeah, for sure. They have released Leonardo as a third scale, of course, as the part of the Turtle line. I love these. I still would love to have all of these. I think they're a lot of fun.
It's one you don't want to walk into by accident.
No. That's for sure. It sticks out pretty far.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. It's dangerous.
There he's fighting Shredder. Really neat. But congratulations to anybody that's collecting that line. I'm not familiar with these guys. These is MGL Toys, but they are doing a new Voldemort versus Harry Potter. I thought this looked really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Very dynamic. The likeness is okay to me. I don't think it's perfect, but I do like how dynamic it is. And then, of course, you have Harry as well. Cool. And then whenever you put them together, you get a really cool diorama.
Oh, that's awesome.
What scale is that, Chris? Do you know?
I have no idea. I'm assuming it's smaller than quarter.
Yeah, it looks like
maybe 6 scale, maybe a little smaller.
Hard to tell.
I don't collect Harry Potter, but that's pretty damn cool. I would pick.
Yeah, I love the art direction. I love the colors. But yeah, I think so too. I think it's really neat.
I would like to have seen a Harry Potter facing off against that Iron Studios Voldemort.
Oh yeah, that would have been. I'm surprised. Are you surprised they didn't do it? Jeff, are you surprised?
I am.
Yeah.
I think it would have been, especially they could, that would have made a killer set, and with they could have sold a simple base to set them both on.
Yeah, it would have been very similar to this.
Wow. Golden Boy in the chat is saying that they're quarter scale.
Really?
That's what he's saying.
Well, that Voldemort's going to be massive then.
That'd be a big piece. Impressive.
Wow. Thank you, Golden Boy, for letting us know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's going to be really big. With the new Aquaman film, which I have not seen, but the Black Manta has a new Hot Toys figure that's now up for pre-order. So if you are a fan of that franchise, or just like Black Manta in general, I think he turned out pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like his busted lens. Cool stand.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I saw it was available to buy.
Is it?
It's got the light up feature as well. But I thought he looked cool. They also have the DeLorean, one of my favorite franchises. I'm going to meet a couple of the actors at MegaCon, which I'm excited about. But the from the third film, which I think is my favorite film of the three,
Really?
have a new DeLorean. Yeah. Yeah, love it. That's really cool. So again, Hot Toys. Hot Toys also has a new Iron Man Mark III or Mark II.
Mark II, yeah.
Oh, this looked really cool with how shiny it is with the chrome. And most important is that you have a good likeness. I think it's pretty good. It's not perfect for me, but it's pretty close.
Close, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously this is
the Hot
the
Toys money machine.
I was going to say it's the 1 millionth Iron Man they've done, but they must sell well. This was a teaser by Jay of a new third scale Flash.
Cool.
So
Is that going to be soon? Or no, that's going to be Flash?
the Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, two Flashes, Barry and
Oh,
Wally.
Barry Wally. Okay.
So just a little teaser. Had to show off my Dark Knight 3 Master Race I got. This was signed by Frank Miller.
I love that cover. Love it.
So it's just I saw it and I had to get it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I do have a an unsigned one that I am currently selling if anybody's looking for one.
Let's talk.
Okay. You got it.
Is it CGC'd already or is it raw?
Yeah, it's already CGC 9.8.
9.8.
Well, I think Miller's there Saturday, right? I think.
He is there Saturday, but unfortunately we will not be.
Hence the reason I want to talk. Yep.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Murder Machine. This is just going up for pre-order this week from Prime One. I won't spend a ton of time on it because I am going to do a hit or miss on this.
Man, Death Metal must have been a home run for them because they have not been shy about releasing these statues.
I agree, and I do, however, think this is the last one.
Yeah, but it's like the last one of what, 8 or something?
Yeah.
I mean, they've done a lot.
As I talk about in my video, again, a little spoiler for tomorrow, but like I feel like this line has been the most thorough line since the Arkham.
I agree, and that's what was just going through my brain as well. It's reminiscent of how Arkham would roll out one after another.
Yeah,
but this I think is the end character left.
Yeah,
for them to do,
and it looks great. I mean, if this is your story, I mean, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
I think it goes up in about 4 hours.
I think you're right.
Okay.
Threw in some photos of the Blitzway. Again, I want to plug tomorrow's show. Be double live unboxing with Dan and Matt Martin tomorrow night at 7:00 live here on the channel. We'll be unboxing the Blitzway Batman and adding it to their collections. Mine is shipped from Prime One, but who knows when my tracking will update. I assume mine will come in the next 3 weeks or so. But anyway, we'll see.
Love it. Looking forward to it a lot.
And then again, Friday, February 2nd. Don't forget, MegaCon. Meet up at 2:00. Yeah, be there, be square if you want to meet the Rogues Gallery. And that, ladies and gentlemen, are the photos.
Good stuff.
Finished right on time.
Yep.
Yeah, right on time, 9:00. And are you the real question is, are you going to pick up She-Hulk tonight? Because you have She-Hulk or dinner, like, or can you like go through the drive-through while you're getting?
I actually had dinner early this time. I had
really.
I was hungry.
You're pre-planning.
Yeah.
You have motive.
We'll see. I might do it tonight. We'll see.
All right. Well, stay tuned to the Secret Sanctuary. I can't wait to finally see your review on her. I know it's been a long time coming.
Does this mean that when he then gets home, does the review so we have it tomorrow?
Heck yeah, it is.
God, I don't know about that.
I almost bet money that that's what's going to happen. I know how you do things.
I also have the Prime 1/3 Zatanna coming on Friday.
Did you get it from Big Bad?
Yeah.
I really want to get it. She's on sale. Like I am currently, if anybody's interested, I am currently selling the one that I just got. Because I do want the more simple base.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to order the smaller base one unless I sold the big one, but I haven't sold her yet. So I don't know. I don't know what to do.
It's funny because they had the bigger one a while back on sale for 30% off.
Yeah.
They only had a few and they sold really fast. So if you remember, I emailed them and said, hey,
yeah, I know.
Why don't you offer the same discount on the regular? You've got 9 sitting there that no one's even looking at. And they very politely responded, we never know when they're going to go on sale, yada, yada, yada. So finally it goes on sale, but at 15% off.
Yeah.
I decided to order it. And there's still 8 sitting there. I was the only one that took advantage.
Oh, wow.
Well, I might be number 8. We'll see. I mean, do you think it's stupid for me to order it and just sit on the other one? Or do you think I should get the other one? I don't know.
You'll sell it. I mean, it doesn't seem to be, there doesn't seem to be any rush on the other 8. But
yeah, that's true.
But
that's true.
I don't think there's any danger of you not being able to sell it. Someone's going to want it.
I do think she's awesome. I really like her. I just feel like the stage doesn't necessarily fit my room.
The stage wouldn't work for me either, but I've got just enough space next to the 1/3 Wonder Woman that they'll look good together.
Yeah. Well,
Chris, you're going to need a 1/3 Wonder Woman. No.
That's right. Well, that legendary beast.
That could be really nice.
It could be very nice, I think. Anything else you guys want to say before we wrap it up tonight?
Just a quick question. Justin Racklin's asking if I got the Batman Triumphant yet. No, not yet. I am considering it. I am trying to slow my roll. I'm trying to be a little bit more thoughtful about some of these purchases, but not that I feel like I've made mistakes. I just, there's several that I want to get. And
shut up, Dan. Yeah. Quit talking about the nonsense that you're talking about. Just get Batman Triumphant. It's freaking amazing.
Oh, enabler Chris.
How's the
that
room going?
That wasn't me. That was this guy.
I was saying, how's the room going? Is it all put together? Or
it is 99% done. I was saying to the guys right before you got in your chair, I've got 2 pieces of art that I've got. Frames were supposed to be here, but the weather caused a delay with those 2. So I'll have them framed up, but I've already started shooting video of different parts of the room and stuff. So yeah, it's mostly done.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, we're excited. We can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to sharing it with everybody.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. Really appreciate it. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed the content. Again, tomorrow night we have the double live unboxing of the Batman from Blitzway and Prime 1. And then, of course, there's going to be probably a million videos from me about MegaCon. So, we're going to have a great time. I wish the 2 Jeffs could be there with us. But they'll definitely be there with us in spirit. And it's always such a great time when we can finally get together and do something together. And so we got quite a bit planned for the weekend. Some on camera, some off. But again, thank you guys very much for tuning in, and definitely stay tuned to the channel. Secret Sanctuary, again, guys, you got that She-Hulk video coming up. I know you got good stuff from Eric coming up as well. So definitely check that out as well on All Things Art. Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your week. Stay warm wherever you are. And unless you're Delaney with an 80-degree Disneyland day, we're only slightly jealous. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you in the Batcave. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. See ya.
Good night.